All right, y'all. Welcome to the Reach Podcast Show. I am LeVar Ellis. As you can see, we have a wonderful show set up for you guys today. We want to join you guys on the screen. Welcome to another edition of the Reach Podcast Show. We have a wonderful guest today, Ms. Meoka McBride. She is the owner of this great space that we're in. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in on Facebook, tuned in on Instagram, and also our viewers and listeners on YouTube. So we have a different setup this morning. We are on location. Big shouts out. What's up, baby Jay? I see Jay on. My mom goes. We appreciate you guys tuning in. So we did something different today. We had to get set up in this space. Shouts out to Miss Ashley Brinkley. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Okay. So we definitely going to get right to it. I won't do much that I normally do. Please excuse us for the late start, but we had to make sure we had everything correct. But before we get to everything that she has going on, and also for all of my critics, like my family, let me know if the sound is okay. So let me know if y'all are hearing us okay, because we're in an open space, so it's a little bit different this morning, so we can make whatever adjustments we need to. But hopefully everything is good. So first thing I want to do, of course, is we have to talk about our show sponsors and the people who make this show possible. So we definitely want to let you guys know that we appreciate you guys, and I'm going to highlight just a couple this morning because I want to get right into the show, and of course we had a little late start. So first of all, the Reach Podcast Show is of course powered by Dad Chronicles, and this is my nonprofit organization. So anytime you see this logo, you just know that you're supporting myself, you're supporting the show, and you're actually supporting the community. We're doing some major things. We are looking to get into the schools this year consistently. We're going to go to all the ISDs. We're going to take them on a journey through the game of chess and how it relates to life, and helping people know that your next decision needs to be one of the best decisions you make. So big shout out to my man Dex. I am Dex Powell. He's going to be joining me on this venture that we're going to do, going into these ISDs and talking to the students and just letting them know about chess, because that's something that our colored people don't really get into, but we're going to help them further understand the game of chess by teaching them the 10 principles of chess. And we'll be speaking in different schools and engagements like that. So definitely want to continue our purpose and our drive. And so also, got to highlight a couple different companies. I always got to shout out to my girl, Candace Joseph, and the Joseph Consulting Firm, because they are a big part of what I do, and I appreciate them with the utmost. So if you are in business or if you're trying to start a business, you can definitely reach out to the website that you see scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Let them know that the Reach Podcast show sent you, and you can definitely get connected with them. They can help you from beginning to end. If you've been in business for 20 years and you're looking for a change, you can definitely get with them, and they'll help you out with your business needs. So definitely let them know, and a big shout out to Candace Joseph and the Joseph Consulting Firm. Another company I'd like to highlight is another company that is doing positive things in the community, and I can hook you up with them sometimes too, is WBP Radio. WBP Radio stands for We Break Purpose Radio. And so it's all positive hip-hop and influential music that, of course, we want our kids to be listening to. So anytime you see this logo, you know that you're tapped into WBP Radio. So go to your phone right now. You can download the app and send them a review after you listen to some of the music. It does have gospel music on there as well, but it's all positive hip-hop and R&B as well. So big shouts out to WBP Radio. You can see the website, like I said, scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So got to shout out to my man. I am Mr. Tim. He's one of the DJs on that radio station. So he would love you guys' feedback on what they're doing over there at WBP Radio. And I'll just verbally give a shout out to a couple other companies. Because like I said, I want to get into the story of Ms. Neil Mcbride. A big shout out to World Youth Foundation. That is a nonprofit organization that's been here in the city for 31 years. They're doing some amazing things in the community. When it comes to community service, they're probably involved in anything and everything that's going on here in the city. And I'm definitely a proud lead and an executive with that organization. And we get tied to a lot of the things that's going on here in the city. Shouts out to everybody who came out to City Hall this past Monday at City Hall and participated in the Dr. King MLK Day Parade. So we appreciate all of that. And so I'll end with giving a huge shout out to my boys over at the Black Store. So if you're from Houston, you're familiar with Sunnyside, South Park, Texas, you gotta go and visit the Black Store. My young men, Randy and Lloyd, your boy told me Randy's gonna be here this weekend. My man Randy Shelby, co-owner. You're right, he gotta come, absolutely. I'm gonna hit him up, maybe he'll catch this show. So big shout out to the Black Store and all the wonderful things that you guys are doing over there. And I heard you're gonna be here for the grand opening of what's going on over here. So I'm gonna play a quick video from the Black Store and let you know a little bit more about what they have going on.
If you haven't been to the Black Store Beauty Supply Experience, this is a personal invitation to come experience the best customer service at a beauty supply store. Bringing you all the beauty brands that you know and love, but most importantly, we support more than 70 local Black-owned brands in the state of Texas and Louisiana. Like having access to a Black-owned pop-up shop 7 days a week. For the ladies who love to pamper themselves, please come experience our nail salon and spa. For the fellas, y'all can look forward to a barbershop coming soon. We'll have our own personal man cave back here. And for those who have a thing for agriculture, we definitely want you to come visit our backyard where you can find our community garden. Thanks for tuning in to the Reach Podcast Show with LeVar Ellis. Y'all enjoy this great content.
Yes. Big shouts out to the Black Store. So again, they're over in Sunnyside, Texas at 8616 Cullen Boulevard, right at Cullen and Belford behind the Burger King. So if you haven't visited them, you definitely want to go by and check them out. What's up, Dex, man? I see you. Another big shout out to my man, Dexter Powell. If you guys are not familiar with him, man, just go to the Reach Podcast Show page, go to Dad's Conference page, or go to author Dexter Powell. And I'm shouting him out so much because we just met within the last couple of months and we're about to embark on some great things. So big shout out to my man, Dexter. So again, the Black Store, y'all go and check them out. Let them know the Reach Podcast Show sent you, and you'll definitely understand why we're telling you to go over there. They're doing a lot with the community, and these are two young Black brothers that got into the beauty supply business and are trying to change the game. But without further ado, I would like to, formally introduce this young lady who's doing some amazing things right here, and we're promoting what she has going on. And surprisingly, a couple other things that she's doing, and it involves her company. She is the founder and the CEO, president, boss lady, Miss Meoka Brown. We're welcoming her to the show, and met her through another young lady that I'm involved with, and we are just happy to have her here on the show. And I'd like to introduce to some and welcome again to many, Miss Meoka McBride. I'm sorry, Miss Meoka McBride. I'm saying Brown, but no. Welcome to the show, and I appreciate you allowing us to come and do a on location interview. So just say what's up to the people.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Shout out to you because you got a whole mobile setup here. And y'all can check out my store. I have a BTS, so this is crazy. You brought the whole thing here. So shout out to you.
Absolutely, man. No problem. And with that little plug right there, if you have a business and you want to be on the Reach Podcast Show, you have a location, I can come to you. I got everything you need. All we need is some internet. I don't have traveling internet, because sometimes that signal might be a little weak. I got it, but it needs to be high-speed internet. Absolutely. No, I appreciate you and appreciate you being here on the show. So the crazy thing is we met from our girl, Miss Haley Poinsett. And when I met her, I'm an ambassador over there at Restore at Sugarland. And definitely got to shout them out. So if you need any type of mental health, you need some treatment, self-care, you definitely want to go to Restore Cryotherapy in Sugarland and get with them right at 59 and Highway 6. So anyway, when I met her, she was talking about Hills Out. So much so that I thought in my mind that she was the founder and the owner and all of this, right? You don't even know who the owner is. And so we created the flyer, and so I sent it to her just like I did you. I'm like, hey, review this. And so I had C.E.O. and owner. She was like, hey, no, I'm not the owner. My girl, Neil Mcbride. And I was like, because I hadn't heard your name, just hadn't met you. I'm like, oh, really? She's like, yeah, so just change that. I don't want no problem. I was like, I definitely understand that. So that was cool, And so she had told me about it. I heard a little bit about it. Been watching you. you've been doing some amazing things with the ladies, you know. And so I'd like for you to introduce yourself, and if you can tell us a little bit about, start off with who is Neil Mcbride, you know, what you got going on, and we'll lead up to what you've been doing.
Okay, well, shout out to Haley Poinstead. Haley is actually my first Heels Out instructor that I ever onboarded. Before, this was when I started, I didn't even know I was going to expand the business this way.
Yeah.
And I met with Haley. I met her previously. We were both ambassadors for the national brand Athleta. And I sat with her in Starbucks and I had that conversation with her. Like, look, this is what I want to do. I want you to be my first instructor. And she was like, you know, Haley, she's real chill. She was like, yeah, I'll do it, you know. And so her nickname is actually OG, because she's my very first instructor. So
what's up, OG?
Shout out to you, Haley Poinstead. But you all, thank you again for having me. My name is Meoka McBride. I'm the founder and CEO of Heels Out, which is the nation's sexiest ladies' night experience. What I do with Heels Out is that in my team, my amazing team of instructors, hosts, ambassadors, support staff, we create ladies' night experiences where we teach women how to walk and dance sexy heels, and we use dance as that vehicle. And we started here in Houston. Houston is our base, Houston is our home, but we are taking it out, expanding it nationwide. We've had classes internationally, and we're breaking into the Dallas market, Atlanta, soon to be Tampa, and we're going to hit up Austin. So hopefully come into a city near you.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So before we get into more about Heels Out, again, like, are you from Houston? Give us a little bit, whatever, about you. Because I always like to get the people to know who the owner is. Kind of like, you know, a little bit about your story or whatever the case may be. So, you know, I know you got two amazing young kings, you know, so I hope they like the books and the information we gave them. So yeah, so tell us a little bit about Miss Neil.
About me, I grew up in Bryan, Texas. If anybody knows what that is, maybe you know Texas A&M, Bryan College State. Very small city. I feel like growing up in a small city made me who I am, my personality, my drive, my effort.
How many Bluebell factory tours have you been on?
I have not been on one, y'all. And I never rode a horse to school, which is hard to believe. Grew up in a single family home. My mom worked very hard to take care of me and my sister and brother. I have 5 other siblings. I'm the second to the youngest, and like you said earlier, I have 2 young kings, 14-year-old, and I have a 17-year-old about to graduate. I've always loved dance. My mom recognized that I love dance when I was about 9 years old. She started a praise dance group at my church.
Oh, wow.
My mom led the praise dance group.
Okay.
And she was a great dance teacher. You know, my mom was amazing. And, you know, we had costumes and we were doing all kinds of stuff. You know, my mom, she had us traveling in the circuit, the church circuit. And then I got my formal training, or first actual dance experience when I was in 9th grade. I just tried gymnastics. And then after gymnastics, that's when I really realized I wanted to pursue dance. So I joined the drill team in high school. Okay. I was the first African American captain for the drill team in the history of that school. And that was pretty amazing. It was a big deal at the time. And after that, I went to college. I went to college in Huntsville, Tennessee State University, Meoka. And we would, you know, me and my friends would travel to Houston because it was not far. And that was my first time experience with Houston, really. Okay. And when I was going back and forth to Houston, I knew that I wanted to make Houston my home. I absolutely love it here in Houston, minus the traffic. Right. But I love it here in Houston, and I've been here for over a decade. Does that make me a native?
Yes, you're a native. After 5 years of Houston, you're a native. After 5 years, it don't take long down here to become a native. Yeah, absolutely. That's what's up. So, I mean, I guess we've already caught the plug of what got you into dance. I mean, you just were born into it, I guess. And mom, you know, I guess, you know, we always say bring up a child the way that you go. So, I guess you were good at it even when you were young, you know, doing your thing, and mom helped you. So my thing is, what made you think to turn this into a business? Was there an aha moment, or what just made you say, okay, this is what I want to do? And how it feels out first?
I think that my brain works in business. Okay. And so I think in anything that I'm doing, I'm always thinking, how can I make money off of this? And it sounds crazy, but
monetize.
But I have kids, and so I'm always thinking, how can I support my kids first and foremost.
Absolutely.
And so whenever I started the class, fun fact, I was celebrating my birthday. I want to say my 34th birthday. And I was like, I'm going to teach a sexy dance class to celebrate my birthday. I was going to have someone else teach it because I didn't feel comfortable enough to do it. And I was like, people are going to talk about me. They're going to be like, why is she dancing sexy? Who does she think she is? But I did it anyway. I was scared. I had to drink wine just to get through the class. And I had to drink, so I provided wine for everybody at my first class. At that class, I was listening to Dave Ramsey. I don't know if y'all know Dave Ramsey is pretty crazy when it comes to budgeting and he's pretty extreme in my opinion. But he was talking about, an emergency fund. And I was like, okay, if I get this many people to come to my birthday class, I can, have my emergency fund.
Right.
And so I went from booking a small room for a few friends to booking an entire studio.
Wow.
And I made that emergency fund money plus more at my first class. And I was like, if I do this again, would y'all come back? And then that night, a friend of mine at the time, she was like, heels out, hashtag heels out. And that became the name. At the time, I didn't know it was expansive what it was now, but I did continue to host classes at least once a month by myself for the rest of the year, for that next year.
So look, shout out to the friend who birthed the name of it.
Deidre Ewing.
That's what's up, man. And so, you just were nervous and you just pushed forward. You had to get the mind and get loose and all of that. So what do I expect? Of course, I will never be there. This is a ladies' night out. Let me tell you something. I even asked Haley, I was like, is there a way I could come, and I could be on site and just film y'all? I was thinking of it from the podcast perspective. And she's like, nah, it's just ladies. And so we talked about that, and I think that's really cool for those ladies who may be like you and be nervous and can't dance. So what qualifies you to come to Heels Out? Do you have to be a certain size? Do you have to know how to dance? Like, who are you looking for?
Anyone can come to Heels Out. And even like for our classes, not just we can't have men spectators, women can't spectate either.
Yeah.
We don't allow anyone just to sit and watch because it's
You
very
either participate or not.
Participate or not, because it's just a sensitive thing for women to be there, and any woman can come. The class is curated for women with little to no experience, but anyone, even if you have experience, you can come and have a great time because it is a ladies' night experience. We have complimentary cocktails. In some cases, we have a DJ. We have music playing during the break. We have vendors. We have Lady Boss vendors. You can shop. Wow. You can network. So it is an experience. So anyone can come and have a good time. It doesn't matter which shape, size. Our demographic primarily is 21 to 46, but we've had women above 46 come to our classes. Our ambassadors are anywhere from 21 and up. So, I mean, our ambassadors are just women who look like women who want to come and have a good time. It doesn't even matter.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And so you want them to come out and have fun. And I'd like to touch on this topic, and I don't know if it's sensitive or not, but I'm just trying to push and help promote you, right? So you have those ways. One, you're in heels. Is that an absolute must?
Absolutely not. You do not have. Let me put this out here. The something is called heels out. I get it. You do not have to wear heels to come to the class. You can wear tennis shoes. You definitely don't have to wear heels.
Okay. And of course, the name is Heels Out. You got somebody who's correcting you. She says, Mom celebrated her 59th B-Day with Heels Out.
Yes, she was getting it. Nadia is one of my amazing instructors. Her mom, at some point in the class, ended up in a push-up position.
Wow.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
What's that thing that's going around? 1, 2, did they?
Yeah.
I don't know what that's what she was doing, but that's what's up. And I was about to say too, so for the ladies 59, 60, 75, there are people of an older age that are still active and moving around. So man, y'all come and celebrate too. And my mom says, hello, I'm 63.
And my mom is up there too, and she says, just because, she says, remember this, just because you get older does not mean that you lose that.
Absolutely.
You don't lose it.
Absolutely. And it's so much I want to talk about and cover, but it's a healthy thing. It helps your body, and it's good to stay active. And, when you move around, it just helps you live longer. That's another thing. It's good for your health. So I'm telling you now, my mom's like, don't be pushing me on that. No, Mom, you need to get out here, get your heels together, and come on and celebrate some heels out. Absolutely. And then for our heavier ladies, do you encourage them to come?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Like anybody who likes to dance and have a good time. find women, they need to come. I had an ambassador that I won't list her name, but I had an ambassador. She waited about a year just watching us before she came to class because just for different reasons, maybe she felt like she was intimidated, or I've had people comment, "Oh, I can't come to that class." The women all look like models, but you know, we are very strategic when we film in our class because I do like women have this comment on camera in their face. Right. So a lot of times, everybody, when you see footage from our classes, we're filming instructors, ambassadors. They don't mind, but you don't see the different with the diaspora of women that take our class. She waited a year. She finally came at the time of her life, ended up becoming an ambassador. You know, it literally does not matter shape, size, anything. If you like to dance on this time, our instructors are actually certified. They have to do a certification so that they know how to create choreography and create an experience that is open and good for everyone.
I'm sorry. My mom is so silly. I have to put her comment. She said, I really want to, but I will definitely be in tennis shoes due to the ankle.
Bring them on.
Absolutely, Mom. You can wrap the ankle up too if you want to. Definitely want you to have a good time. She is so silly. But so another thing is like when the people come out, you know, I want you to repeat something because I picked up on it. You say your classes are curated for what? You know, you said beginners and stuff.
Women with little to no dance experience.
Absolutely. So anybody can come to this class. You can't be a spectator. You have to participate. No men allowed, and we understand that because we want you ladies to be comfortable. You know, and I just really thought it was really cool when I first heard about it. So what is your overall wish, hope, prayer for each individual that comes to your class? What are you hoping they do?
That when ladies come to my class, I hope they leave feeling better than what they came. Even my hostess are trained, and people don't understand. Anyone that works at the company, they sign an agreement, they've gone through training, because as a woman, we know what it feels like to walk into a situation with a lot of other women, especially when it comes to doing something where you are trying to feel sexy. And so we just create an environment where women can feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And so my goal is that women come in, they leave feeling better than when they came. And what I tell my team is that our goal is to make sure they have an exceptional experience. Not a good experience, not a great experience, but exceptional. Yeah. You know, people won't leave reviews in most cases unless they have a bad experience or an exceptional experience. So anything less than exceptional, I'm not okay with it. So from when they walk in to see the hostess, from the hostess to the room, from the bartender to the instructor, it just has to be a positive experience. Right. And most women, they don't get it. You know, they're nervous to come. I'm like, just come, because you've never been in a situation like this where you're just going to be around a bunch of positive women who just really want to have a good time. Yeah. And I tell my team, you never know where women are coming from. You never know why they're here. We hear a few stories, but we'll never know why any woman is walking through that door. Yeah. You know, maybe a small percentage already feel sexy and super confident, but most women who come to our classes, that's not what they feel. They may feel pretty. They may feel, you know, like they're doing good things, but sexy is not something that women really identify. Sexy to me translates into confidence. Yeah. If you can feel sexy in this class, you can take that outside the door to apply to any other part of your life. Yeah. You know, for women, if we feel good, we can conquer the world. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad I was going to go into that next, and you just conquered it. That's awesome. You know, building up women's confidence, because it's so many different things that you guys go through that one, men wouldn't even understand or even go through those things, you know, just from having a baby and having a baby fat, you know, and you can't get rid of it and all of that stuff. So, you know, I really admire what you're doing and just reminding women that, you know, and also I would like to say that I think it's empowering too. You know, would you like to speak on that at all? And do you have any examples of that? Yeah, I know. So for me personally, I did a sexy hill dance class. It was a fitness and sexy dance class with Adrena Newman. Shout out to Adrena Newman. Years ago when I was in my 20s, I was so nervous because I taught high school dance to y'all for about 11 years at Lamar High School and Bel Air High School. Shout out Lamar and Bel Air, all of my amazing former students. I love them so much. And I was like, don't post the video nowhere. I don't want anybody to see me dancing sexy. And I was so nervous to do it, even though I was a dancer. I majored in dance. So I was just nervous, but that experience made me feel empowered. And then a couple of years later, I was in New York. This is my first pole dance class. I was horrible at it. I still am horrible at it. But I felt so empowered.
Right.
And so the main thing about our class is that you just feel empowered. When you get to feel sexy and you get to be in a space where no one's judging you, you get to feel empowered. And one of the things we do, LeVar, at the beginning of every class is we do an oath.
Okay.
So women, y'all know everything starts in our head.
Yeah.
So we do an oath so that right out the gate, we're promising ourselves that we're going to give this situation a benefit of the doubt. We're going to allow ourselves to feel sexy. I don't allow women to laugh. I don't allow them to laugh at themselves in our class. So you gotta get in there. And you gotta, So one thing we said we always put a leave. I want women to leave feeling like they were sexy.
Wow. If you want to be sexy, looking to be sexy, and you want to maybe even call it practice before you go back home, Heels Out class is definitely somewhere you want to be. So when are you doing the class? Let's talk a little bit about when do you hold the class?
Okay. So since our classes are ladies' night classes, we host them on the weekend. So normally you'll see our classes on a Friday night or a Saturday night, especially because we have complimentary cocktails. So when you register for the class, you're going to get complimentary cocktails included with your ticket. We can't have y'all turn it up on Tuesday. So we do it on a Friday or Saturday night. In Houston, in our Houston market, we host at least 3 to 4 classes a month. In our Dallas market, we're doing 1 class a month. And then as far as Atlanta, we're trying to get back to Atlanta. We're looking to get into Tampa, places like that. But right now, you can find 3, 4 in Dallas once a month.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I would imagine they go to the website that we have here streaming at the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
Is that how they find it?
Heels Out. Yes, they can go there. That's our landing page. You can find everything on that landing page. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then also we'll put up the social media information here in a little bit too. So another thing I'd like to cover for you is what is Heels Out looking for? Because you got this vision of being all over the U.S.
Absolutely.
And so, of course, I know you need to continuously build your team because sometimes it's a revolving door, right?
Yes.
So currently, as far as ambassadors, what are you looking for? Or are you looking for?
We are. So as far as Heels Out goes, we're always looking for instructors. So in our Houston market, whenever we open up in another market, for instance, Dallas, we're looking for instructors. We're going to be traveling to Florida soon, Tampa, and Atlanta. So we're looking for instructors, ambassadors, hostess. Your hostess is, our hostess needs to be able to be super friendly. Energy. And work efficiently and quickly in a fast-paced environment. I'm also looking for investors because I love my business plan. My business model is super amazing, and it literally is a nationwide international business plan. So what we're doing in here in Houston, I'm going to pop up in multiple cities across the nation. So anyone who's looking to invest in a business that's for empowering women, if you don't know if you want to do it or not, just come to a class. By the time you leave, you're giving me all your money. So that's mostly LeVar, instructors, ambassadors, hostess, and shout out to my ambassador and vendor coordinator, Michelle. She ain't giving up her position, but I told her she's got to move up to a regional position soon because we are going to have operations in each of those cities as well.
That's what's up. And so I'm just taken back, you are a businesswoman. I'm just listening to you talking business, and I'm like, man, it's amazing. But what would you say to those women who maybe at the beginning of a journey and they want to step out and they want to have, what do you call it, emergency fund?
The emergency
fund, or, they want to start a business and they're thinking I can't do it. It's not going to happen. I know you've been there when you started this out, maybe you had a certain thought that you don't know how it's going to go. There's nothing else. You can believe in yourself, but you still never know how it's going to go. What would you tell those ladies in regards to business?
I would say
their dream is.
I would say you need capital, you do need money to start a business, or you need someone that's going to support you. Yes, I do. I do offer private dance classes. You need people who are going to support your business, like investors or anything like that, where you need your money. So do what you have to do to get the money to get your business started. Being an entrepreneur is a risky thing. Just like I was saying that earlier, it's a risky thing to be an entrepreneur because you're stepping out on something on your own. Yeah. You're not, you only eat what you kill.
Right.
And so if you're not getting the business, you're not going to get the money. But you just have to be willing to step out there. There are days when I don't feel super comfortable. There are days when I thought I wanted to throw the whole thing away. Like, what if I just stop for a couple of months? But I'm not going to. I have a whole team behind me. and I can't let them down. I can't let me down. So whatever you have to do, figure out what you're good at. How can you make some extra money? You know, how can you make some side hustle money to feed? I feel like I call it feeding your business. Feed your business. So what can you do? Figure it out. Do something. Sell some chicken plates. You know,
do whatever you gotta do.
Whatever.
Yeah. Man, y'all come to Meoka for consulting class.
I really am. I actually am a business mentor. My mentor is a company is Meoka Lady Boss Hire.
See, I was joking.
I really do.
You got it going. Really do. Absolutely, absolutely. So at this time, talking to your girl, is it Ashley? Was it Ashley that called us earlier? Michelle. Okay. So Michelle, if you're watching, you can go ahead and call in now. And if there's anybody else who has a question or wants to call in, now would be a good time for you guys to go ahead and call in. We started a little bit later. We had one lady call in. So if you're listening, hopefully you are. You can go ahead and call in now. We'll take your call and allow you to pose it. See, wait, no time. That's what's up. So we'll put her. Hey, Michelle. We're doing wonderful. How about yourself? Yes. You know what? You are speaking from my heart, because when it comes to hard conversations, I just have them. You know, I don't have no tact. Like, you just gotta say what you gotta say. I don't be tripping on what people think, but we have to be mindful, right? We have to understand people have feelings and all of that. So I definitely appreciate your question. So for those of you who couldn't hear, this is Michelle, Meoka's friend. She's mentoring.
My ambassador, vendor coordinator, and
she everything.
For Hilltop.
Say it again. She's what?
So Michelle Bradshaw, shout out to you. She's an entrepreneur herself with health and wellness. She's my ambassador and vendor coordinator for Hilltop in general, and also operations here everywhere.
Yes, absolutely. And so the question she posed was, well, not really a question, a request that she said they've had a conversation about having hard conversations, whether it be in business. Hard conversations come up everywhere, from day to day, on the job, relationships. But Meoka gave her some good advice that obviously she remembers, and she wants Meoka to share that with the audience right now. So, Michelle, is there anything else before she shares that you want her to cover? But we definitely appreciate you calling in to the Reach Podcast Show. Absolutely, absolutely. We definitely appreciate you for calling in. We're going to attack that request right now, and we're talking all things hard conversation. So, Michelle, we appreciate you, and keep doing what you're doing, and good luck in all your business as well.
Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Bye-bye.
Well, first off, so how does it feel to be God's favorite? Because not everybody can do hard conversations because they're hard.
Yes.
But to do what Michelle was asking, one of the things we talked about, because she's on my team, but I also mentor her as well. But just being able to have those hard conversations whenever you're dealing with someone in business or just in a personal relationship, you have to have the conversation, but you have to have it strategically, and you have to be mindful of the person receiving it. A conversation only works, in my opinion, if the person receives what you're saying.
Absolutely.
If you're just talking at them and they're not receiving, nothing is accomplished. And so what we've been talking about is just, if you don't know how to do hard conversations, go to YouTube University. It really works.
It really does.
Find out. You can literally, because that's what I did for her. I went to YouTube. I typed in having hard conversations. Multiple videos populated. But basically, it's just being able to communicate with someone when something's not going well.
Right.
And recently, I've learned, like you just said, you literally said you got to do it right away. I did talk about having hard conversations, but what I've learned from myself recently is that you got to have it right away.
Yeah.
Because it has a shelf life. It has a shelf life. If you wait, anything can happen. I had this recently happen. I need to have a conversation with someone, a hard conversation. And I was putting it back. Normally I don't. I'd be like, let me talk today.
Yes.
But I wanted it to be more personal. So I was waiting until it was more personal. Right. But then, if something comes up, it delays it. And maybe it loses its intensity or whatever. And so, like LeVar said, have the hard conversations and have them right away.
Yeah.
You just have to it's not easy. Like all
right.
conversations.
Right, exactly. And it may go like you want it to go. And the thing that you touched on, which I try to pay attention to more, and Mom says communication is key. Talking and listening. Absolutely. She's trying to be funny, but anyway. Yeah. So, but no, with those hard conversations, the thing I've learned is I just feel like that's something I've never been afraid of, right? Having those hard conversations. But the thing I've also learned is if the person's not receiving that, that's the thing. You can say what you gotta say, but if they ain't receiving it, then it's not really effective, So you gotta watch how you engage and like you say, be strategic about it. So that's also important. We haven't got any other calls, so again, if you wanna call in and you wanna ask a question live, then please do that. Now is the time. But we're going to transition a little bit because let's do this first. I want to put another graphic up, and we're going to talk about this right here. We have an event coming up. And let me take this down, take the name down real quick so people can see that. And we're going to put up all the social media, how you guys can follow her. So if you're looking to follow on social media right now, that information is at the bottom of the page. But let's talk about this flyer right here that's up. Tell us what we got going on here. Fourth anniversary.
I'm excited to celebrate 4 years in business. I got past 3 because they said you get past 3. And I'm excited to celebrate that this next Saturday on the 29th. And it's going to be exciting. So fun fact, when I first started my business, I have a joke. And it was my first anniversary class, I could only afford like 1 helium balloon, y'all. There's overhead putting on these classes as well. And so I was up the next year, I was able to get a couple more helium balloons. And shout out to my girl Michelle. This year I'm gonna have a whole balloon. What's it called?
Arch. Oh, the arch.
Yeah, a whole thing. So that's just a testament that you keep going. I started off with 1 helium balloon. If y'all come on the 29th, you're gonna see a whole balloon arch on our banner. But celebrating 4 years in business, we're gonna have a live DJ. Shout out to DJ Umo. We're gonna have a live MC. Shout out to Mikael Rose, a pink carpet coach, Nikki D, Competitive Nikki D podcast. I'm just excited to be able to have a great time.
That's what's up. What's up. And the other thing too is when you come into Hills Out, I have to put this up, and I'm just playing a little joke. You're gonna see that big smile on her face. She's gonna be smiling. But no, you have a lot to be excited about and a lot to be happy about. But I just think it's amazing what you're doing, and happy that you are moving forward and you're pushing and you're doing what you've been set out to do. That's a big thing. But also this Saturday you have a huge event. So the 4-year anniversary is not this Saturday. That's next Saturday. 29th. Let's talk about what's going on this Saturday on the 22nd.
This Saturday, so my guy Lafayette Taylor has opened up to the Houston's most amazing production and entertainment complex. So we have the grand opening, LeVar, this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if you don't know what a production complex is, we can show you because it's going to be amazing.
Man, yes, I have. Listen, let me go and say this right now. Y'all stay tuned in to the Reach Podcast Show because I'm going to go back live. We're going to do a tour. I always do the tours, and it's definitely,
Someone's birthday.
Oh, someone's birthday. Yeah, that's Jay. That's Jay again. That's my girl Jay. She's like, my birthday. Yeah. Absolutely. So it's her birthday this Saturday, and like I said, man, it's a lot going on. But yes, it is definitely an amazing space here. So we're definitely gonna we cut the show. We're gonna go back live. We're gonna do a walkthrough in certain areas and show you guys what's going on over here. But I'm sorry, go ahead, finish talking.
Okay, so basically our One Sound Vibe Connections, it is a physical hub in Houston. It will be extended and expanded across the nation as well. But our home base is here in Houston. It includes an ADR film editing room, a marketing room, a DIY heat press room. We have a conference room, dressing room, 1,300 square foot dance room, also event space. It can be used for both. The dance room / event space has this LED screen that you see behind me.
It's popping back here.
It's popping. We have an LED light panel, vinyl padded floors. And then on our production side, for all you photographers, videographers, producers, writers, all of that, we have a production side. So we're going to have multiple sets and backgrounds. So we're going to have a living room set, a bedroom set. We also have a production room, green and spinning green screen video wall. Yeah. So if you need to, like, I'll call my friends like, I'm shooting a movie. Yeah. I'm shooting an action scene. You want to come here in my movie? Absolutely. But it's just going to be amazing to be able to offer this. So that is this Saturday. I can't wait to do the tour so I can show them.
Right. And it's amazing, man. I already had the tour. I told y'all this is exclusive. But no, it's definitely a great and amazing space that she has over here. And you want to definitely come Saturday. So I was listening. I'm trying to do so much, but did you tell the time and all that?
So Saturday it'll be from 10 a.m. Thank you, Nadia. I love you. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's just you can drop it at any time. Now we're gonna have an official ribbon cutting ceremony at I believe 11:30. We're gonna be doing tours throughout the entire time, live performances. We even have food trucks that are gonna be here. So shout out to Be Smart Vegan, Creole Creations, and Twisted Nachos. It's just gonna be a great time. We're gonna have a DJ here. So I mean, the main thing is just networking. And I mean, I can't even let go. We have a physical hub, y'all, but we're also gonna have a social media platform. So if you're anybody with a job, a vision, or a business, and you want to network with other like-minded people in Houston and have an exclusive membership to this complex, definitely want to join our social media platform.
Absolutely. She told me a little bit about it. I definitely plan on joining. Man, they're doing some great things seriously over here. So the other thing I wanted to cover is, well, first of all, let's give them the address, tell them where to be, and we'll put that flyer back up again because so 2 weekends in a row is going down.
We're going down here.
And what's the address here?
So the address is 3898 North Freeway.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is
I'm gonna you like me, it's slipping your mind. I'll be like that too. So we're gonna put the address up and put the flyer back up. Now, the flyer is, the information here on the flyer is for next week. So the other purpose of this flyer is to give you the address for this weekend. And the address is 3898 North Freeway, Service Road, Suite E, Houston, Texas, 77022. So you can see it down at the bottom. I'll put it up when we do the live and walk through to make sure everybody has it. So you definitely want to stick around. We're going to try to get that going within 10 minutes after we end this show. So let's see, we have some more comments.
And I'll also share the event link with you so that you can share that with your followers as well.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great weekend. Miss Move with Lakeisha said that.
One of my other instructors.
That's what's up. Man, instructors, I want y'all to call in. We can hear all this from Meoka. We want to hear from y'all. Make sure we fact checking over here. Make sure, we let the people know what's going on. So if any of you guys want to call in again, please do that right now. And the number, I'll put that number up right now. We'll put
hey, Cammy. Shout out to Cammy. Cammy is my event coordinator. Super talented, brilliant mind.
Absolutely. And if you want to call in, the number is 346-391-2638. And big shouts out to Cammy, as you said. They're excited, man. Your team is excited about what you got going, and that's exactly how they should be. So with everything that you have going and with the boys, the thing I like to touch on is how difficult it may get at sometimes. Do you ever feel overwhelmed? And is dancing a coping mechanism for you?
Dancing is definitely a coping mechanism. It helps to produce endorphins. Even if I'm having a bad day, I come in the studio, I can just not be feeling up to it. By the time I leave, I feel amazing. Wow. So there are a lot of days that I feel overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. Some days I feel underwhelmed. But, you keep putting one foot in front of the other. That's just what I do. Yeah. And one of the things that I do, I don't know if it'll help anybody else, but if I have a bad day, I never have 2 bad days in a row.
Absolutely.
And, if I have a bad day, I'm like, dang, it's a bad day. And I might just go in my room and lay down for the rest of the day. Yeah. And just give myself that time to be emotional and sensitive, whatever people like to say, other women are not. But then after that day, the next day, I'm just gonna get up and the devil should see me step up and be like, back up.
Right.
She
got back up. She got back up.
2 days in a row, lady boss, never got too bad.
Yeah. And another thing about that, like, because I also do check out the show season. Shout out to my co-host, Mr. David, and Dr. P. We do a mental health and wellness podcast every Thursday evening called The Mind Matters. So it's okay to not be okay, when you need to. And we have to pay attention to that as well. So, you guys tune in to the Mind Matters podcast show this evening. The same way you're looking at this show, you can catch the Mind Matters show at 6:30. We'll go live, so just plugging that really quick. But with that being said, it's good that you're aware of that and you're mindful that you may have to take a pause and stuff like that, because that helps with everything we have going on. Let's see. Don't want to miss anybody's comment. I'm not sure if they're saying something. Oh, my mom, she said press on. Absolutely. Press on. And you have to do that. That's a big thing about it. So as far as expansion, is there any other, projects or things that you haven't done yet that you're looking to do, if you want to talk about that?
A couple of things that we are looking to expand into. We are hosting a retreat in Jamaica. So I did a retreat in Jamaica before COVID.
So can the men go to that?
No. You know what? Actually, yes, because I could not stop that.
Okay.
I could not stop that. So yes, you just can't come to our little
to your expense. No, I'm good. I'm good.
But yeah, we want to continue to have retreats. So we are doing another retreat to Jamaica in June. So if there are any lady bosses who want to come, it is a retreat centered around business owners or entrepreneurs or women who may be looking to get into that, or you want to come have a good time around other lady bosses.
Yeah.
So our deadline to sign up for the Jamaica retreat is February 1st. We actually extended it surprise, and that's going to be in June. Okay. So I want to keep doing that because I do love to travel, and I do love to travel with our tribe, because our Still Out tribe is fun.
Yeah. They got to be. They looking to have a good time. So I definitely understand. But it was important for me to meet you, connect with you. We've been trying to connect for a minute, but we finally got it done. And to be in this amazing space, that's the next thing we're going to shift to. And you've already talked about it a little bit. I'm looking to get over here too on the podcast side of things, and you never know, it's a content place that you have. So if you're looking to create your content, and you said earlier she have multiple sets. No, she got a whole bunch of sets. Like she got a whole house, restroom, bathroom, living room, classroom settings. It's really, really crazy. So again, I'd like to encourage you all to stick around for the walkthrough. After this show, and like I said, our goal is to get that up within 10 minutes after getting this show. Just give us a little time to get things rolling. We're gonna definitely do a walkthrough. So with the space that you have here now, and I'm forgetting his name again. Lafayette Taylor, man. I met that young man when he came in this morning. How long has this been in the works?
Well, I met Lafayette Taylor a few years ago, and when I met him, he was already always talking about it. Oh, it was his vision. So right now we're sitting in when he manifested, his vision. And so I just play a key role because the dance studio is one of the areas that I'll be managing, and also operations manager for the complex. Yeah. And so it was just a vision he had. He's from Alaska, came here to Houston, and just, ever since he's been here, he wanted to create a hub where Houston natives or just Houston professionals could connect, create, and build together. Yeah. One of the biggest things I know some of you can relate is that some of us up and coming entrepreneurs and business owners, we have projects that we want to excel, but sometimes we may not have the capital for it, the money, we may not have the resources, the people, but the platform you build is going to connect people. Mm-hmm. So no longer will you have to have your vision or your ideas sit on ice. Yeah. If you join the platform, you're going to have somebody that's going to be able to support you with little to no cost. Right. That's very valuable. Yeah.
I want to say a big shout out to Ms. Bree Powell. That's my man Dexter Powell's wife. So I'm not sure if Dex is watching. Bree, I think you're still watching. Definitely let him know about this space. We have to come back and do some things over here. It's amazing. And Ms. Bree, my mom, Jay, y'all need to hook up and get connected with Miss Meoka. Y'all come have a ladies' night out. Do your thing. My mom talking about she mad she didn't come. Too bad. I tried to get you to come. She didn't want to get up. So it's cold outside, but that's when she was there. But no, that's amazing. So is there any last thing that you would like to share before we switch gears and we do our tour? Is there anything else that you'd like to share with me?
The only thing I would like to say is that I'm just very thankful. I'm thankful for opportunities like this. I'm thankful for the opportunity to do what I do, to be able to provide a platform that can empower women to feel sexy and have fun in a judgment-free zone. I'm super thankful for my team, my tribe. I have a team of over 25 women. Wow. I never thought that would happen when I first started this, but they're part of the team because they want to be.
Right.
And, for any lady that's out there that you're pursuing a business, from my heart to yours, always strive to do exceptional business, give a great service to people, provide value to the people that work with you, and you will continue to build a tribe of people who really want to be there to support you.
Yeah.
So that's it. I'm grateful.
Absolutely. And so, last thing, just to make sure it's clear to everybody watching, and when they can come in and start booking the spaces and all of that. The grand opening is Saturday. How soon can people book and start coming here?
We're already getting booked.
Okay.
But I would say February 1st.
Okay. Give us some time. Make sure she finalizes everything because man, it looks good in here for sure. And you'll see, some of the finished spots and a little bit of the unfinished spots, but your imagination will definitely help you understand what it's going to look like. So, it's just good to see our people doing business, and when I say our people, our fellow people, being a lady boss, women are taking charge these days and just owning everything that they're doing. So I hats off to you, and it's a privilege for me to do an interview like this, right? Because I have nothing to do with it. Like in other words, as a man, I can't come from the hills out there, but we definitely want to get the word out. We want to push you, promote you, and make sure that all the women that we could possibly reach understand what you have going on. So yeah, absolutely. Hats off to you. It's all about Heels Out. We're gonna put some more information up here again. Make sure that you guys get connected with Ms. Meoka Brown. She is the CEO of Heels Out. The website is scrolling here at the bottom of the screen. It's been an amazing interview. I love your energy, and I guess I'm reading all this information out. If anybody has a question or anybody want to call in right now, it's your last chance to be able to do that. And then also follow her on social media at on IG it's Heels Out Movement, and on Facebook, you just do the www.facebook.com/Heels Out and you'll find it, or just type in Heels Out. Make it easy. Let's see what the comment is. If anybody's trying to ask you anything. So, Jay say I got you. Absolutely. So no, it's been another amazing interview, and like I said, you guys stick around, give us about 10 minutes or less. We're gonna get prepared to do the walkthrough of the amazing space that she has out here. And Ms. Meoka Brown is doing some great things. She's looking for ambassadors. She's looking to grow. If you're in another city, please share this video too. Everybody that's watching, please share, because you never know. She might find somebody in the city that she's been looking to expand to. It's all about networking. So if you'll share this video, and so she's looking for ambassadors, looking for hostesses, and everybody to connect. And then also this space here is at 3898, right? 3898 North Freeway. It's in Suite Number E, or Suite E, however you want to say that. But this has been the Reach Podcast Show with LeVar Ellis, where every show reaches beyond the ears of the listeners. If you're looking to be on this show or featured on this show, you can just reach out on the DM at the Reach Podcast Show on Instagram, or you can go to Facebook and find us on Facebook. Just send me a message. I'll be glad to connect with you. We'll talk about some things, and we'll definitely highlight your business and talk about what you're doing. So stay tuned next week. We got another interview coming up with another amazing individual that's doing some wonderful things, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. IG, I've been kind of out of the shot, but y'all been able to see her, and that's the main thing. We're focusing on Ms. McBride today. So appreciate everybody on IG. Appreciate everybody here on YouTube and Facebook, and check us out next week. And don't forget to tune in. Let me go ahead and put that up. Tune in. You can catch me again this evening for our mental health and wellness show, and it is the Mind Matters podcast show. We are streaming every week on Thursdays from 6:30 p.m. to about 8. We try to end at 7:30 for the conversation to be so good. We tend to go a little bit longer. Matters podcast show. That'll be the next show that we have going this evening. So we appreciate you guys today, and thank you guys for tuning in. And don't hesitate to come back and see Miss Meoka over here at, what is the name? I don't think we said the name of your the place.
The complex is called One Sound Vibe Connection.
Absolutely. One Sound Vibe Connection. Come and see it. Appreciate you. Yeah, right. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Y'all have a great, great